All right, hi there. Back, it's Dave, Mountain Branch Music. So we have a unboxing today. You probably saw from the title. It's a Fame guitar um, from Music Store DE, which stands for Deutschland. So I decided to put on my football jersey style shirt today, and yeah, we'll deal with that. So this is a USA unboxing. So um, we had some weather here in the States. This they ship from DHL, which I guess is handles more stuff in Europe. I know they're active here in America too, but um, there was kind of a delay. It went through customs, and then the guy got hung up. I guess there was a big storm in the Appalachian area, and then so there was kind of a delay getting to me because it goes through the United States Postal Service. So that's one thing to know. You can learn from this video if you're thinking about getting one of these guitars. Um, yeah, it's kind of a to me. I was really curious about it because they're kind of a PRS style look with the double cutaway and 24 frets. Um, but they're a little thicker body and they're a solid maple top and some variation of mahogany, some kind of African mahogany on the back and the neck. And I've liked what I've heard online, and I rolled the dice, and I thought I would share this. I don't see a lot of Fame content out there. And the other cool thing is it's one of the one of the things they might have on guys like PRS and even really high end stuff or custom guys. I remember like Paul Languedoc as well as Paul Smith talked about how they like those European hardwoods because they had some kind of connection to violin making. Well, this is direct from Europe. Really nice looking curly maple tops. I think I got the guitar. They put up a little serial number when you shop. So, and this was the last one for a while. So they're restocking. This is the kind of the base level. They did have some 20th anniversary ones, which I had some regrets about not getting because I don't love dot inlays on the fingerboard. I mean, my mind loves them when I'm playing because I don't think it's hard. I'm less likely to get messed up if I take a quick look. But it was nice. They were more of a blank fingerboard look. So if this goes well, maybe I'll find my way into one of those someday. Or yeah, just some kind of variation if Fame people are watching this. There's a lot of little nice tick and decorative marks people can do instead of dot inlays. But there's no binding. But that's my hope. And as you can see here, there there was some ventilation added somewhere along the way. I don't know if this was a customs thing or a DHL thing or a USPS thing. But I'm optimistic. I reached in there once already, and there's been it's a double box, so it's a smaller kind of import guitar box, like you get on a lot of other imports, and then there's just a bunch of paper in there. They did say they were gonna give me a gig bag because we're in this customs tariff window, which I haven't been following too closely, but I'm pretty sure I was in the window before the German tariffs kicked in. So I didn't have to pay any tax. It was $50 flat shipping to the United States. I didn't have to pay any tariff, but they said they couldn't include the gig bag for tariff reasons. And I'm like, okay, well, I messaged them. They emailed me and it added another day to the shipping, I think. And they emailed me and said, hey, we can't really include the gig bag because it's made in China and we don't want that to be like, have to pay tariffs on that. And I was like, well, do you have like an old one just sitting around? Like I was, in my mind, I'm picturing like it's the last one of their current batch of this faded series. I was like, couldn't you just throw in it like a gig bag you may have from another batch or one that didn't go out? And really, I was just looking for, I was traveling around the world basically, so I didn't want it to as much padding as I could get for free. I was hoping they could throw something in. And then I saw on the receipt they just charged me $0 for, which I think, I'm not the expert, but I think it's just they don't have to pay tariffs for stuff they give you. So it wasn't a guitar sale including gig bag. It was a guitar that I paid for, and they threw in a free gift of a Chinese-made gig bag. So I don't know if that'll be the workaround once they restock. I think they're sold out until November. But that said, I have my football jersey, or soccer as we say here in America. I have a steak knife. Let's get into this. So this should be kind of a blue, like a faded blue, all satin. They didn't specify what kind of finish. I'm sure it's just kind of poly. But that is one thing I've enjoyed about the satin trend. I'm recording this on a day I noticed PRS is coming out with satin customs. And I think that's one of the things that when I got the Les Paul bug, I'm gonna rotate this around. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any damage to the box. When I got the Les Paul bug, it was kind of it was a mod collection, but it had like the faded finish. And I really bonded with that instrument. It is really heavy, so that's another hope. I can get more of a authentic, kind of girthy Les Paul sound with better heel access and a double cutaway, 24 frets. And if you're looking at this and you've looked at other Fame stuff, you've seen there's a great video by a European guy. But me, I'm an American. I'm a jam band guy. I'm into Phish and the Grateful Dead. I like to play jazz and fusion and classic rock. Just whatever. A lot of British classic rock and stuff. I don't have a go-to German rock band. It says Photo and Stonewashed Blue Satin. So the tape is broken on the camera-facing side. I'm going to cut this side. I'm assuming that was for customs inspections, which are becoming a little more serious, it sounds like, in the era of tariffs. I see a guitar pick. I see some broken foam. Yeah. I'm just going to pick up the camera here so you can see a little bit too. And I do have this cinematic mode going, but I hope you can still see it in focus. It just makes it a little easier on the eyes when it goes online. So we're just gonna do some quick little inspection here, quick acoustic playthrough, and then I'll do another video in the music room. I'll set it up, play some riffs, some different styles, pedals, amp drive, etc., and get some impressions. But I am looking forward to this because, yeah. Oh, let me finish my thought from earlier. Paperwork. Yeah, I guess or maybe the gig bag was removed because there was no tariff paid on it. So maybe someone at the. So I got a professional Auslieferungscheck. And I'm pretty good at reading German, but I'm not I wouldn't understand it all in the first pass. But yeah, it says it passed a Spielbarkeit. Oh, there it is in English. Playability, Elektronik, Sichtkontrolle, visual inspection. And it's not a B-stock. Signed off by Patrick Yours on 5 August 2025. So, yeah, to finish my thought, you know, a lot of high-end guitar builders like to reference, yeah, the European hardwoods and curly maples. So this is made in Czechoslovakia, I believe. It's a division of Mayonnaise and sold exclusively through this German store. Um, so I thought, since it ticked the other boxes I was looking for kind of LP sounds, and could do, would hopefully have a little the playability elements I was looking for, I would give it a shot. So let's get to it. It looks, well, there we go. It's interesting, the finish. I think I like it. It's a nice tight curly pattern, not a lot of vertical grain. Let me put my face up here too. The cutout is, it is very PRS down here. I don't know if that has changed since the initial release of these. There's the Kaya mahogany. I wonder if there's a way. And then let's go down the fingerboard. I'm not feeling any sharp frets. I'm actually genuinely relieved about that. I'm the guy who walks through the music store and I'll see an interesting guitar and I'll run my fingers like this, and if I feel anything sharp, I just can't be bothered. And I think there's enough folks like me that the security cameras in Guitar Center are taking notice of who's just like not engaging with stuff that has playability. But I like that. I like the looks of that neck heel. It's a little more of a gap than I anticipated. Why not just play PRS? A little plastic on one pickup, not two. Then neck profile. That's another thing. A PRS kind of standard has kind of a wider, flatter neck profile. It does have a volute. I don't know if you can see that. So this is kind of similar to a little beefier than a custom 24. Not quite as thick as like the 594 series in my experience. And I think the double cut 594, which I've played, has an even beefier neck than, I'm sorry, the single cut, which is a thicker body too, has a more of a 50s style neck as well. But no push pull because it's got the little coil tap. The switches feel good, knobs feel really good. I don't know what they're putting in there for pots, but I will look into that. And most importantly, we'll do a little playthrough and make sure they're functioning good. But honestly, at this point, I am not expecting any issues. Let's check the action. Is good at this point. Mostly the pickup height. So, and I'm not sorry if that's a little out of focus for you, but it's funny if I'm in the picture in this mode. So yeah, it's about a little over 1/4 inch on the bridge and a little bit more on the neck. And of course, some people, if you're looking for, I want it to sound like a Les Paul, it's not going to, especially on the neck, sound exactly like it because the Les Paul has 22 frets. The neck pickup will be a little further forward. And some people really like that, where it's like the pickup is under that top harmonic, which not as important to me. Some of my favorite players, Jerry Garcia, Trey Anastasio, have played 24 fret guitars, but they notably played Fender scale 25.5 inch. So this is a true 24 3/4. And it's got a little wood, almost looks like rosewood. Is it very dark fingerboard? I can't remember if it's supposed to be ebony. I would not be surprised if it is ebony. It's either ebony with light streaks, light brown streaks, or rosewood that's overall very dark. The nut looks good. Nothing rough there. Tuner pegs are Goto. Little end pins. I'll probably replace these. I like to go with flatter things that where the strap sits a little. There's no bevel there. Now, see if I can bring it up to pitch. Yeah, I don't have a tuner, but that's fine. I am relieved. It acoustically it feels very good. I really like the finish. I really like the feel of the neck. It feels basically bare. So there's probably a very thin finish. Doesn't say on the website that I can recall. But yeah, there's a little plastic here. I'll go ahead and pull that off. It's only on the neck pickup, oddly enough, though. So nothing on the bridge pickup, but it's clean. It came shiny and new. So that's the unboxing portion of it. I'm undecided at this point whether I'll just record a new video with an amp or whether I'll just post this. This is already a little bit long, but especially when a box shows up like that, hey, let's see what's going on. But it made it. I'll before we talk again, I'm gonna play through all the frets. I'll bring it up to pitch and get some things started and try to have something coherent to say for the next phase. But honestly, come on, it's unlikely. See you next time.